Beloved daughter, heaven has sent me to you at this moment to deliver a message that will change the course of your life. Do not think it is by chance that you are hearing these words. Nothing goes unnoticed by the one who formed you with so much love and care. Take a deep breath, quiet your soul, and allow each sentence to reach the most hidden parts of your heart. I know that the past few days have not been easy for you. Anguish, fear, and doubt try to invade your mind like a storm that seems to have no end. You feel vulnerable, fragile, and sometimes even incapable of trusting your own feelings. But I come on behalf of the Most High to whisper a truth: you are stronger than you think. The signs are right in front of you, even though you have preferred to ignore them so as not to hurt your heart even more. The one you love may not be being completely honest. I do not bring this revelation to cause pain, but to open your eyes. It is necessary to know, it is necessary to see, it is necessary to discern. Do not be afraid, my precious. True love never hides behind lies. The love that comes from heaven is pure, transparent, and rejoices in the truth. You deserve such a love, and your heart knows it, even though at times you have accepted crumbs just so you wouldn't feel alone. I know that you already suspected, but soon silenced your intuition, preferring to believe that everything was fine. Do not blame yourself for this. Your soul is kind, generous, and you always wanted the best for him. But now is the time to awaken and to take a stand with the dignity that the Creator placed in you. He has seen your tears shed in the silence of the nights when no one else knows what is happening. Heaven has collected each one of them and none have been wasted. There is a purpose even in your pain. Do not think that you were forgotten or left aside. On the contrary, you are at the center of the divine gaze. Daughter, do not settle for a love that wounds, deceives, or diminishes who you are. You were born to live a relationship that is whole, healthy, full of respect and admiration. Therefore, allow yourself to hear what I am saying now. There is something hidden that needs to come to light. And you need to know about it. This revelation does not come to you to destroy, but to set you free. Do not fear the truth. It may hurt at first, but it will be the way to your healing and to the complete restoration of your joy. Heaven will never allow you to live permanently in deception. There is someone by your side who may not be being faithful, and your spirit has already perceived this. The behaviors have changed, the words have lost their strength, and the looks are no longer the same. You felt all of this, but tried to justify every sign so as not to admit what, deep down, you always knew. My beloved, the Creator is calling you to a time of clarity, of taking a stand, and of making wise choices. Do not live trapped by the fear of being alone or of not being loved. True love would never betray you. True love would protect you, honor you, and strive to care for you. Know that your identity is not tied to someone who chooses to deceive you. You are a daughter of the Most High God, adorned with strength and dignity. You were created to be loved fully and honestly, not to live under the weight of distrust or constant insecurity. Now is the time to rise in prayer, to seek direction, and to ask for discernment. Do not make hasty decisions, but also do not ignore the signs that heaven is allowing you to see. This is a call to awaken, not to despair. You are not alone. I, as a messenger sent by God, am by your side at this very moment, strengthening your soul and holding your hand. Even if no one else understands, all of heaven is moving in your favor. The Most High will not allow you to be put to shame. He is your safe refuge, your firm rock in times of instability. If you lean on him, you will not be shaken. Your trust does not need to be in man, but in the God who never fails, never betrays, and never lies. Trust in him, my beloved. The pain you feel now will not be in vain. It is producing in you maturity, wisdom, and a new level of spiritual sensitivity. You will come out of this situation stronger, more secure in who you are, and more prepared to live the fullness of the love that heaven has for you. The time of pretending that everything is fine is over. It is time to confront reality with courage and, if necessary, to close cycles that no longer do you good. Remember, nothing is lost when you choose the truth. You only lose what was never real. Heaven has already prepared new paths for you, but it is necessary to let go of what is hurting you. Do not be afraid to start over, for every new beginning made with God is more beautiful than any story that ended in pain. You do not need to remain where there is no peace. Listen to your soul. It has been crying out for freedom, for respect, and for true love. Do not ignore this cry any longer. God also speaks through your feelings, and He is confirming through this message what you have already sensed for a long time. My precious, surrender to Him all your anguish, your fears, and your longings. He will take care of every detail, including your broken heart. He will make all things new and will bring healing where today there are only open wounds. Rise up, daughter. You are more than a betrayed woman. You are a woman chosen, loved, and strengthened by God Himself. Nothing can stop you when you decide to fully trust the one who created you to live a true and pure love story. Receive this word as a sign that heaven is attentive to you. Your story does not end here. On the contrary, it is just beginning now, with more clarity, maturity, and peace. Go forward, my beloved, and know you will never be alone. You may try to hide it, put that smile on your face, and go on as if nothing is happening, but I see what human eyes cannot see. I perceive the tension you're hiding, the way your breathing changes when his phone vibrates and he walks away. I see the tightness in your chest every time his gaze drifts far from you. And you ask yourself, am I overreacting? Am I going crazy? No, my beloved, you are not. What you feel is real because your spirit is sensitive. Do not underestimate this ability that heaven placed within you, the deep perception of what lies beyond appearances. On the outside, he may seem the same, but you've already noticed that inside there is a distance that words cannot explain. And I know, you are afraid to discover something you don't want to know, but at the same time, you can no longer bear to live in this limbo between doubt and hope. You think about the conversations he avoids, the outings that used to be for both of you but now he prefers to go alone, the monosyllabic answers, the look that no longer shines like before. You collect these small signs and try to convince yourself that everything is fine, but your heart screams otherwise. My beloved, there is a strength within you that even you do not fully know. You were designed to face even the harshest truths and still remain whole. Do not underestimate your ability to survive this and to bloom even more beautifully afterwards. You need to understand that not every distance happens because you did something wrong. Sometimes, it is just a reflection of what the other person carries inside, insecurities, weaknesses, and choices that have nothing to do with your worth or your love. Do not blame yourself. Do not try to take responsibility for his actions. Each one answers before heaven for their own choices, and it is not up to you to carry this burden alone. What is up to you, my beloved, is to protect your heart, your peace, and your essence. I see how you are afraid to confront him, to ask direct questions, for fear of the answers you might receive. But know this, it is not your mission to sustain a relationship alone. Love must be reciprocal, true, and light, never a guessing game. And I tell you more, you do not need to humiliate yourself to keep someone by your side. Those who truly love, stay. Those who love do not betray, do not hide, do not lie. True love is transparent, like a river of clear waters that runs without obstacles. I know you pray asking for signs, that you cry asking for clarity, that you plead with heaven to show you the truth. And know this, the signs are already being given. They come through the small details, the subtle changes, and also through this message you are hearing now. Notice how everything is falling into place, how these words go straight to the point that you fear the most and, at the same time, most want to understand. Do not fight against what is being revealed. Revelation sets you free, even if it causes pain at first. You feel that you are at a crossroads, not knowing whether to move forward or retreat. I tell you, do not rush. Listen to what heaven is saying, observe, ask for discernment, but above all, do not betray yourself, do not deny any longer what your heart has already perceived. You were called to live in truth, not an illusion. Illusion wears you down, weakens you, slowly corrodes, while truth, even when it hurts, restores, strengthens, and places your feet on solid ground. What ground do you want to stand on from now on, my beloved? I see how you try to be strong, how you hide in front of others, how you keep your routine pretending that everything is under control, but deep down, you know that control is no longer in your hands. And it doesn't need to be. Place everything in the hands of the one who never fails. I do not come to accuse you, nor to condemn him, but I come to awaken you. I come to remind you that heaven values who you are too much to allow you to live permanently under the shadow of doubt and betrayal. Your soul deserves clarity, deserves pure love, and deserves peace. It is not a sin to admit that it hurts. It is not weakness to recognize that you need help. Only those who have the courage to face the truth can change their course and prevent the wound from becoming an eternal scar. You deserve more than this burden you have been carrying alone. Beloved daughter, there is a future reserved for you that is much lighter and fuller than anything you ever imagined. But to live it, it will be necessary to let go of what ties you to the past, even if that past is still in the present and resists leaving. You feel that something inside you is about to break, and it is. This breaking is not destruction, it is liberation. It is heaven's hand moving the structures so that you no longer remain in a place that is no longer safe for your soul. Therefore, do not ignore this message. It did not reach you by chance. It is heaven knocking at the door of your heart, insisting that you open it and allow the light to enter. The light that exposes, but also heals. The light that reveals, but also guides. Do you notice how even your body feels it? The sleep that won't come, the anxiety that tightens your chest, the silent sadness that sometimes disguises itself as tiredness. The body feels what the soul does not want to admit. And I tell you, do not ignore the signs of your own being. Daughter, you deserve more than to be loved. You deserve to be chosen, honored, respected, and celebrated. True love is like this. It doesn't need secrets, doesn't need excuses, doesn't need feeble justifications. True love is simple and transparent. Therefore, do not dim your light so that someone else remains comfortable in the shadows. Do not shrink who you are to fit into the small space they offered you. Heaven has for you a life of abundance, full of color, of intensity, and of true love. I know that, many times, you think it's easier to ignore than to confront. Pretending that everything is fine seems less painful than facing the possibility of being betrayed. But I ask you, how long will you endure living on the surface when your heart cries out for depth? You deserve someone who is fully by your side, not halfway. Someone who doesn't need to hide messages, silence notifications, or create stories to justify absences. True love doesn't need masks, and you've already noticed that his masks are starting to fall. And it's no use for him to say it's all in your head. It's no use for him to try to make you doubt your own intuition. What you feel is legitimate. It's the voice of your spirit trying to protect you from more wounds, trying to warn you so you don't waste more time with someone who doesn't know how to value you. How many times have you silently forgiven, even without concrete proof? How many times have you chosen to trust, to give one more chance, to wait for a change? And yet, You keep feeling this emptiness, this sense that something is being hidden from you. I know that you fear being called crazy, jealous, or overreacting. But I assure you, love is not a psychological game. It should not make you feel insecure, confused, or anxious. True love gives you peace, security, and makes you feel fully loved. And even if you've gotten used to crumbs, I'm here to remind you, you were not born to feed on emotional leftovers. Heaven created you to live in abundant love, where there are no doubts or half-truths, only commitment and companionship. Observe actions, not just words. He may say that he loves you, but love manifests itself in gestures, in presence, and consistency. Don't be fooled by empty promises, by rehearsed excuses. Those who care, show it. Those who love, don't need to hide. I see how strong you are, even when you feel fragile. You've always put others before yourself, always tried to keep the harmony, even if that meant suppressing your own feelings. But now it's time to put yourself first. Heaven is calling you to awaken, to open your eyes and realize that your worth does not depend on anyone's faithfulness or betrayal. You are valuable because you were created with purpose, with beauty, with strength. Don't allow anyone to convince you otherwise. Have you noticed how lately he avoids looking you in the eyes? How he responds mechanically to your I love yous? How he seems physically present but emotionally distant? These are signs that can no longer be ignored, my beloved. And maybe you're afraid of being alone, afraid of the emptiness his absence may leave. But I tell you, worse than absence is the presence of someone who no longer wants to be there. Worse than being alone is feeling lonely beside someone who should be your companion. Don't accept less than you deserve out of fear of not finding someone better. Heaven does not take something from your life without having something infinitely greater prepared for you. But before receiving the new, you must have the courage to let go of what no longer does you good. How many nights have you lost sleep trying to understand what you did wrong? But, my beloved, not everything that happens is your fault. His choice to betray or to hide things is not in your hands. The only choice that belongs to you now is to keep accepting it or to change. And changing doesn't mean slamming doors or acting impulsively. Changing, in this case, means opening your eyes, seeking wisdom, strengthening yourself emotionally, and, above all, no longer deceiving yourself. The truth hurts, but lies corrode. You know that you deserve to be heard, embraced, admired. Don't let routine or complacency make you forget who you are. The intense, sensitive, generous woman who is capable of transforming the life of whoever is by her side, but only of someone who knows how to value her. I see how much you strive to keep everything working, so that the relationship doesn't fall apart. But alone, my beloved, you can't sustain a house built on quicksand. Love must be a joint construction, never a solitary effort. And I know there are beautiful memories between you, moments that make you smile, and that's why you resist so much to accept what is happening now. But understand, the past cannot justify a present full of lies and a future without perspective. Don't let hope keep you tied to something that only exists in your memory and no longer in reality. It takes discernment to realize when fighting for something is worthwhile and when it's time to let go so you can be free and whole again. I know these words come like a strong gust, stirring emotions you'd rather keep hidden. But I ask you, don't harden your heart. What heaven wants today is to wake you up, to make you see, and above all, to prepare you for what is coming. And what is coming is much greater than you imagine. But to live it, you will need to leave behind what today weighs you down, what today hurts, what today holds you back. Heaven wants to see you free, light, with an unburdened heart to receive the true love that awaits you. Do you realize how, even unintentionally, your heart has started to build barriers? Every time he failed you, an invisible brick was placed between you, until now you wonder if there is still a way back. Doubt weighs heavily, but it also protects. I am here, sent from the heavens, to whisper truths you need to hear, even if they hurt. Love that wounds, that diminishes, that hides, is not the love the Creator dreamed for your life. And you know that, even if you still resist accepting it. Do not ignore the signs life has been placing in front of you. The repeated lateness, the strange perfume, the sudden change in behavior. What once was transparency has now turned into shadows, into uncomfortable silences you can no longer explain. I know you are still searching for justifications. He's tired, it's just a phase, he's overwhelmed. But aren't these excuses merely walls you've built so you don't have to see what's already so evident? The time to deceive yourself must come to an end. How many times have you reread old messages, trying to find in them the love you now feel is slipping away? And the more you search, the more you feel that the man who used to make you smile is now more and more distant, almost unrecognizable. Your soul cries out for answers, and I, as a celestial angel, come to tell you that the answer already dwells within you. There is no need to investigate further, no need to look for material evidence. What you feel is enough. Your intuition is a gift heaven has granted you. Do you notice how, lately, your laughter has become rarer? How the light in your eyes has gradually dimmed, like someone closing a window to protect themselves from the cold wind. Yes, you've been protecting yourself, but you've also been preventing yourself from living fully. And still, you remain strong, rising up each day, maintaining the appearance that everything is fine. But I see what no one else sees, the silent tears, the hidden sighs, the longing for a happiness that seems to have slipped through your fingers. Have you ever asked yourself why you're fighting so hard to keep someone who no longer fights for you? Healthy love is an exchange, not a struggle. It is partnership, not resistance. You were not created to beg for attention nor to plead for affection. And yet, you still believe that if you change, he might love you more. That if you're more patient, more beautiful, more understanding, he will finally realize what he is about to lose. But, my beloved, those who want to change, change. Those who want to stay, stay. I see from above how much you deserve to be happy, but I also see how much you've limited yourself. You've gotten used to accepting less than you deserve, to settling for crumbs, when heaven has prepared a banquet of true love for your life. The unfulfilled promises, the broken vows, the postponed plans, all of this has worn down what you both built. And still, you insist, you wait, you believe. But it's necessary to understand that there are cycles that need to end so that others can begin. Do not fear the end, fear, rather, remaining where there is no longer space for your growth. The fear of loneliness is often just a reflection of the fear of finding yourself, of facing your own pain, and finally deciding to be truly happy. I know you have imagined many times what your life would be like if you decided to leave. And I also know that, right after, you suppressed that thought, believing it would be weakness to give up. But true weakness is staying trapped in what only causes you suffering. Your strength does not lie in silently enduring everything, but in having the courage to change course, to open new doors, to believe that you deserve to start over. Heaven has already placed that strength within you, and now it's time to access it, to use it to transform your story. I know you still ask yourself, what if I'm wrong? But what if, in truth, this discomfort is exactly the push you needed to break free from what is preventing you from being whole? What if the pain you feel is a divine invitation to freedom? You no longer need to live hoping that he will change, that he will return to being the man he once promised to be. You cannot change anyone, but you can, and must, change yourself, take control of your life, and make yourself a priority. There is nothing wrong with wanting to be loved, but there is great harm in accepting being deceived. Heaven is calling you to lift your head, to look beyond the pain, and to see that there is a new path, a new story written just for you, and it is right in front of you. You feel this calling, even if you still try to suppress it. You feel this growing strength, this desire to break away from what no longer fits in your life. And I am here, as a prophetic voice, to confirm, yes, this is the moment to awaken, to move, to start over. And when you take that first step, you will realize that all of heaven is by your side, sustaining you, guiding you, loving you. You are not alone, you never were. And I will remain here, reminding you with every word that you deserve more, so much more. With deep reverence, I conclude this message that was sent directly from the throne of God to your heart. I thank you for allowing me to enter the depths of your soul, for opening your spirit to receive these words that, I know, will bear fruit in your life. Do not ignore this calling. It was made to measure, especially for you. If this message spoke to you, if it touched deep areas that perhaps no one else knows about, I ask you, confirm receipt of this message by writing 9999. This will be our secret code, the sign that you heard, felt, and embraced each word with attention and courage. And before I go, I need to remind you, it is essential that you subscribe to our channel. Only then will you continue to receive messages like this, words that edify, strengthen, and guide your life. Do not let any revelation from heaven go unnoticed by you. Also, activate the notification bell. This will ensure that you are informed firsthand whenever a new prophetic message is released. Heaven has been speaking, and you deserve to hear everything that God is preparing especially for your journey. May heavenly peace rest upon you. I await your confirmation, 9999. Until the next message, where heaven, once again, will have something powerful to reveal to your heart. May God bless you.